Going over the value of common stocks, we're going over this idea, how do we value equity, essentially? And the topics we're going to cover, how are stocks traded, how are stocks valued. Primarily, we're going to focus on the valuation and the link of the earnings to the price, and how to use a discounted cash flow method. So we have stocks that are traded in the market, also the secondary market. There are different ways to trade stocks. There's also ETFs that are basically index funds, and they are market metrics like PE ratio, and there's like accounting metrics like book value that we're going to essentially look at as well. And this is showing us in a way how, when you look at a stock, what's the close, what's the beta, and what are the earnings per share. So this is what we're really working with here, is the present value of stock is the present value of future dividends and essentially earnings as well. So the expected investor return is the percentage yield that an investor forecasts from a specific investment over a set period of time. So this is the expected return, is basically what they are expected to accrue in terms of dividend and the price of the stock in the future minus their investment. So that's kind of like the expected return, is what they're expecting to earn on this investment, right? And the example, let's see here, is if a stock is selling for $100 and expect to sell for $110 in the future, what is the expected return at the dividend 1 year from now is forecasted to be $5. So that's essentially, you are taking the 5 and the 110 minus the 100, so you're left with 15 over 100, and that is your expected return, is 15%, and it's mostly driven by that dividend and the appreciation in the stock value. So we have to ask, hey, why did that stock appreciate as well? And also ask the question, not every stock pays a dividend, can that be replaced with earnings? And that usually can be replaced with earnings these days, right? So that is the price of a stock, is basically the current price is the future price plus the dividend divided by the discount rate, right? And that's it, basically, what are we expecting the stock to be in the future, right? And the market capitalization can be estimated using a perpetuity. It's also called the cost of equity of capital. So that's also, we can look at what is going to be the income of the stock, and then divide it as essentially as a perpetuity, and that's what the price of the stock is. In other words, if somebody is going to give you $100 forever and the risk rate is 10%, how much would you pay for that? And the answer, if the risk rate is 10%, that could be $1,000, because then you're just constantly getting a rate of 10% return on that $1,000. So that's one piece of valuing stocks. Another one is looking essentially at a cash flow series, that is like a dividend discount model. And that is exactly what we'll look at as an example as well in Excel, how to do this, but just use the earnings and project the value using a series of earnings from period 1 to essentially the time horizon divided by the respective discount rates.